For 16 million years, dinosaurs ruled the Earth. It was a world of colorful giants, goofy predators, and beautiful, untouched nature. But deep in the dark void of space, a funny little cosmic accident was heading their way. A space rock the size of a mountain, zooming straight toward the blue planet. As it entered the atmosphere, it lit up the sky like a giant glowing firework. The dinosaurs looked up, completely oblivious to what was coming. This was supposed to be the end of the line, the big kaboom. But instead, a tiny cosmic wobble pulled it away at the very last second. Whoosh! Missed by a whisker. The sky cleared, the sun came out, and the big disaster was canceled. The dinosaurs didn't go extinct. They just kept living, playing, and evolving. This single lucky miss changed the future of our planet forever. Welcome to a world where humans never happened. Welcome to the timeline of the reptiles. As millions of years passed, the world map began to change, shifting like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Brrr! Global temperatures dropped, and massive winter blizzards turned the poles into giant ice rinks. In our world, mammals took over, but here, they were stuck in the slow lane. Dinosaurs needed a new look to stay warm, and nature gave them the ultimate winter upgrade: fluffy feathers. They traded cold scales for cozy, warm plumage, turning into the snazziest survivors around. The snow didn't slow them down, it just made them faster, slippier, and much more clever. Even the big herbivores got a makeover, growing thick, fat layers and cool built-in winter armor. The old, slow, scaly giants couldn't handle the chill and gracefully retired from the scene. In this new, complex world, muscles weren't enough. You needed brain power to win the game. Dinosaurs who lived and worked together started inventing new ways to talk to each other. Over generations, their clever minds expanded, creating a whole new kind of intelligence. Get ready, because nature was about to unlock the ultimate superpower, the very first non-human mind. With bigger brains came big ideas. In cozy caves, the first clever dinos tamed the magic of fire. They didn't just find rocks, they shaped them, creating the world's very first dino tools. They became artists too, painting their stories and funny-looking stars on canyon walls. Families moved into cool cliffside villages, carved right into the giant orange mountains. Knowledge was passed down to the little ones, building a culture of kindness and curiosity. Working together, they could do anything, even if it meant catching a giant breakfast with a huge net. They looked at the stars and mapped the constellations, naming them after their favorite snacks. Spoken words became symbols, and scratches on clay became the first ever reptile alphabet. They even made new friends, taming tiny flying dinos to be their loyal companions. Then came the shiny age, as they learned to melt colorful metals for the strongest tools ever. Tribes grew into grand cities, with limestone pyramids and roads paved with beautiful shells. The reptile mind was unstoppable. Next stop, challenging the very laws of nature. Their industrial revolution was different. No smelly smoke or dirty oil here. They used the power of the sun and the wind, turning the planet into a giant clean playground. They grew their houses. Using super science, they turned massive trees into living skyscrapers. Instead of noisy cars, they zoomed around in silent bubble trains floating on invisible magnets. They skipped the clunky machines and went straight to computers made of glowing neon leaves. Their tech was part machine, part garden, creating computers that were actually alive. Millions of dinos lived in harmony with nature, balancing high-tech gadgets with big outdoor picnics. They created a super smart AI, a friendly floating eye that made sure everyone had enough snacks. No more sniffles. Using gene magic, they made everyone healthy and strong for hundreds of years. With no wars over oil or gold, the whole world was just one big happy family. And then they looked up. The stars weren't just for naming, they were for visiting. It was time to leave the nest, not because they had to, but because it was time for an adventure.
Space launch. Their ships, powered by clean blue fire, rose peacefully into the big blue sky. From up there, they saw a perfect green Earth, a world they loved and cared for. They built giant ring stations in space where they could build even bigger ships for star travel. While our world was still in the dark ages, they already had bubble cities on the moon. Their probes went deep into space, looking for other alien friends to play with. But what about us? What about humans? Without that asteroid, monkeys just stayed monkeys, happy, jungle-dwelling, banana-loving animals. In their history books, there is no Rome, no internet, no empires. We were never even a thought. It shows how lucky we are to be here. Our whole world depends on one single lucky space miss. One rock changed everything. What other crazy timelines are out there waiting to be found? Subscribe to Alt-Hist, and let's explore the multiverse together.